This video is on the topic Stoichiometry subtopic formula. The learning objective is balancing chemical equation. Therefore, in this video, we'll be focusing on how to balance chemical equation. So, we will start by stating the equation consisting of reactants and products, state examples of word equation, state the symbol used to show state of matter in equation, show examples of chemical equations, and also show steps to balance a chemical equation. Equation consists of reactants, arrow sign, and product. So as you can see here, for equation, it will start with reactant, and after the reactant, you have the arrow sign, and after the arrow sign, you will have your product. For example, hydrogen gas react with oxygen gas to produce water. So from this sentence, we can change it into a word equation. So here, hydrogen and oxygen is the reactant, and the water is the product. So the word equation will be hydrogen plus oxygen will give us water. Chemical equation. Equation can be written as chemical equation by substituting the words with chemical formula and state symbols, and also by balancing the number of chemicals on the reactant side and the product side. State symbols shows the physical state of the chemicals. For solid, the state symbol will be denoted by a small s with brackets, and for liquid, it will be small letter L with bracket, and for gas, it will be small g with bracket, and for aqueous, it will be the letter AQ with brackets. Example of chemical equation. Let's use the example from previously, which is water. So this is the word equation for water. Hydrogen plus oxygen will give us water. To change this to a chemical equation, we must substitute all the words here with chemical formula. So hydrogen will be H2, oxygen will be O2, and water will be H2O. We have already learned previously on how to write down formula of elements and compounds. So to balance this equation, what we need to do is, we need to count the number of atoms. We count the number of atoms in the reactant and also in the product. So as can you see here, I have put a divider here to show that this one is for the atom in the reactant. So the reactant we have H and also O, and here is for the product, the atoms in the product. So let's count. Here there is 2 hydrogen and also 2 oxygen. So I have written that down, and now check the atoms in the product. Hydrogen, there is 2 hydrogen and there is 1 oxygen. So what we do next is we balance the equation. When I say we balance the equation, we want the number of atoms on the reactant and product is the same. As you see here, the hydrogen is 2 in the reactant and also 2 in the product. So this is already balanced. Then we check oxygen. Oxygen is 2 in the reactant. However, here oxygen is only 1 in the product. So to balance this, we can try by multiplication, by multiplying the number with 2 or 3. Let's try with 2 first. So since I want to change the product here, I have to write down the number 2 in the product. So this number 2 means this will multiply all the compound here with 2. So this means 2 times 2 hydrogen, which gives us 4. So this changes the number of hydrogen here. And then it also means 2 times 1 oxygen. So 2 times 1 is 2 oxygen. So as you can see here, we have already balanced the oxygen. However, now the hydrogen is not balanced. So we need to balance the hydrogen. So the hydrogen in the reactant, we change it to 4. So to get 4, we have to multiply this with 2. So I will put the number 2 here. So this means 2 times 2 hydrogen will give us 4. So I will change that 4. So now it's already balanced. Hydrogen is 4 in the reactant, hydrogen is 4 in the product, oxygen is 2 in the reactant, oxygen is 2 in the product. Therefore, the answer is 2H2 plus O2 gives us 2H2O. So this is the balanced chemical equation for water. Let's have another example. Another example is carbon dioxide. So first step, what we need to do, we have to substitute the words with the chemical formula. So it will become carbon C plus oxygen O2 gives us carbon dioxide CO2. So let's count the number of atoms first. So here, carbon, there is 1 carbon and there is 2 oxygen in the reactant. And here, there is 1 carbon and there is 2 oxygen in the product. So if you see here, both are already balanced. Carbon is 1, carbon is 1, oxygen is 2, oxygen is 2. Therefore, we don't have to change the equation. So the answer is carbon plus O2 gives us CO2. So this is already the balanced equation for carbon dioxide. Another example, potassium plus water gives us potassium hydroxide and hydrogen. So, first step, change all the words into chemical formula. Potassium is represented by the symbol K. So K here means potassium. H2O, water. KOH means potassium hydroxide. H2 means hydrogen. So let's count the number of atoms. So as you see here, there is K, potassium, O, oxygen, and also H, hydrogen. So K is 1, oxygen is 1, hydrogen is 2 in the reactant. Now we count in the product. K is 1, O is 1. And if you look here, there is two symbols for hydrogen. There is 1 hydrogen here and there's another 2 hydrogen here. Therefore, if we add it, 1 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen equal to 3 hydrogen. So from here we can see that we need to balance the hydrogen. The hydrogen in the reactant is only 2 and in the product it's 3. So let's try to multiply with the number 2 first. So I will try here. I will put number 2 here. Okay, when I put the number 2 here, it means this will multiply with this whole compound, which is hydrogen and also oxygen. So 2 times 2 hydrogen will give us 4. So we change that, H equal to 4. And then these 2 will also affect the oxygen. So oxygen is 2 times 1 oxygen will give us 2. So I'll change that to oxygen. So let's try the next one here because we are trying to balance the hydrogen. Let's put 2 here. Okay, so 2 times 1 potassium will gives us 2. So change that 2 and then oxygen. 2 times 1 oxygen will give us 2. The next one, we have 2 times 1 hydrogen gives us 2. However, there's another hydrogen here. So we have to add all up. 2 times 1 is 2 hydrogen plus another 2 hydrogen. So the answer is 4. So if we look here, hydrogen is already balanced. Oxygen is already balanced. However, potassium K is not balanced. So we need to balance this. So I will put number 2 in front of K. Put here 2 K. So this means 2 times 1 potassium will give us 2. So let's check again. The potassium is already balanced. Oxygen is also balanced. Hydrogen is also balanced. So the answer for this will be, the balance equation is 2K plus 2H2O gives us 2KOH plus hydrogen gas. So that's it. There I have given the examples on how to balance a chemical equation.